guys, so today we have special guest Gunner, and today's video is a collaboration with fellow YouTuber Rachel Shade. We had talked about doing something together, maybe involving poetry, because come to find out she writes, and I used to write a lot of poetry a while ago when I was younger. And I think I mentioned that in one of my videos, and we just talked about, you know, maybe just doing a video about how we got inspired to start writing poetry and just to read off maybe just like 2 or 3 of our poems. So for me, I started writing when I was really young. I was a teenager, maybe like 14 or something like that, and it was just because I had like a hard time growing up. I don't really talk about it too much in my videos. I don't know, maybe I'm just not ready to do something like that, but that's how I got a lot of things out when I was younger. Was I would just write all the time, like a lot, and I kept it going, you know, over the years into my early 20s. And I think I said it was in my anxiety video that I stopped when I got on medication, because it kind of like, I don't know, it just took, the medication kind of like takes away your, not so much emotions, but you don't think about stuff as much, that you were like, oh, I need to write this down. Like I would write things to get my feelings out. And then I kind of stopped doing that. I need to start doing it again, because I really enjoy doing it, and I used to do it all the time. I used to write all the time. So I'm just gonna read you guys a few poems from when I was young, probably teenage years and very early 20s. And I'll probably read ones that aren't too personal, because I just don't want to, like, you know, delve into that right now, because I don't think that I'm just not ready for that. So these ones are probably just like more, you know, not some, I mean, they're obviously personal, but one of them is one that I wrote for my sister and her husband when she got married. So it's not so much my like real personal feelings that I was having at the time and things that I was struggling with. So we'll just keep it on the light side, I guess we'll say. So I'll just show you some of my books though first. So I think this was like one of my first books that I had, that I started writing poetry in. And then here's another one. It has like a, I think it's like a leather binding. It might be fake leather. A lot of these I got at Barnes & Noble's. I just loved going in there and seeing all the different like writing journals that they had. Here's another one. And I have a few more, but I just didn't take them all out. So we will start off with the poem that I guess that I wrote for my sister and her husband for her wedding. And I actually was like, I think they, you know, like, you know, the best man gives a speech, and then the maid of honor will sometimes give one too. And I ended up just standing up and reading the poem, and I'm like really, I've always been really shy, so I was kind of like, oh my God. But anyways, and excuse me if like I don't speak like eloquently or say this in a very like fancy manner. I just, like, you know how I talk. I'm just like from Boston, like, yeah. So, all right. Sit and watch a true love's kiss, and with this promise kept, press upon each other's lips. Each day you breathe and each day you wish, you shall see the faith that you hold within. For in each other's hearts you find the key that opens the place to fulfill all your dreams. When one hand is weak and the other is tired, hold close in this embrace forever and a while. As two become one, your souls will remain bound for eternity in the light of the day. So that was one. And I'm not getting teary-eyed, but like my eyes started watering for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's these false eyelashes. So let's see, this is a different one. I don't remember when I wrote this one, maybe my teens, I want to say. And it goes, the moon has risen and the sun has died, staining the sea with its blood red eyes. Your lies are what we feel when I know I don't belong, but time passes slowly while listening to my song. As the ravens pick at my eyes, your love is cold and dead, but I am yours is all the words that remain in my head. The sky is green and the grass lays blue, so through your heart my hate sought and grew. But around the gates stands the man of my fate, with pale white skin and eyes of my past. But how long can I wait when my days will no longer live? You see that soon I have found my own resting skin. I find the passage so deeply burrowed, but in it there is no room left for me to hide. So you see no tunes can follow my rhyme, for my hourglass has just run out of time. What are you doing over there? Are you okay? He's having like a conniption fit, like, you don't have fleas. Come here. You don't have fleas. And like I said, I wrote these when I was young, so if they suck, I'm sorry. It was like the young me, like writing and getting things out. But, I mean, poetry's, you know, it's personal. It's what you're feeling, and, you know, I didn't really follow any kind of, like, I know there's supposed to be like, there's, you know, some poets write in a certain fashion, like line by line is a certain way. I didn't do that. I just kind of like wrote shit out, and I was like, that's it. So this next poem was in a book. It was like you could submit your poetry. This was like a long ass time ago, to this site I found. I think you had to mail it in. It wasn't like you could, I don't think you emailed, you mailed it. And it was, they put your poem in with like tons of other people's poems. So this book is called The Harmony of Silence, the International Library of Poetry. Honestly, I don't remember when this is from. Oh, 2000. So it was a while ago. 2000. So as you can see, it's got like, you know, a bunch of other people's poetry in here, but I will read mine. And a lot of my poems I didn't give titles to. This one I did, I think, because I had to submit it. Other than that, they never had, I don't think they ever had titles. I never did that. And this one is called Trampled Trail. For his promise of swallowed hope, she waited through endless fate. Here comes the chance from this bitter man, but I have yet to see his face. Call your name, and yet I take all you cannot give. She came today with all to taste, but salvation he would not waste. I tell you now, in wicked times, no sinners will this Lord forgive. We eat these wines from feared one's grapes, a poison so shortly lived. Leave it now, the time is done. Repent these passing winds. So, and I don't like to explain my poems, really. I mean, some of them you can, you know, you can grasp the meaning from it, but I just remember being in high school and taking, it was an English class, and we had like a poetry course that we took, and, you know, they had a bunch of the famous poets, and you had to read their poems and like dissect them and say like what you thought each line meant. And I didn't like that. Like, that just bothered me. I just felt like, you know, you shouldn't be taking apart a poem and like saying like, well, this means this and that means that. You should just take it as what you feel in your heart it means. And I remember we would get like graded on it, and the teacher would be like, no, this line means this and this line means that. I'm like, yeah, but to you it means that. Like, maybe the poet meant that too, and maybe he explained it that way. But for me, I was like, I want to take it the way that I want to interpret it and what I feel coming from those words. So I don't know, that's just me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I did this collaboration with Rachel Shade. She's a lovely YouTuber. She's like the sweetest, beautiful, like she does makeup tutorials. She's really talented. I know she did a video recently on all of, like, a bunch of her artwork, and it was amazing. I was like really blown away by that. She does vlogs, like daily ones where she goes out with her husband. She's just like a really fun and upbeat person, very friendly, very sweet, very kind, and she just has this like energy about her that I really, really like. So if you get a chance, I will link her channel below. Check her out. And yeah, so that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, stay dark, my friends, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Say bye, Gunner. Bye. Don't look at my face. It's too much makeup. Bye.